छोड़ो बदले बदले
She asked me to live stream.
Close. So I think you can see the performance today.
She asked me.
So now
She asked me.
we can
So
talk
I
about the
cannot.
performance. Just I have a question as curator. So how you observe that performance of media art to your eyes? So not their titles, but their how you achieve what the act. किसी कोई भी परफॉर्मेंस के बारे में आपको क्या मिला? सपोज इसने बंसुरी बजाया, ठीक है, सामने मूर्ति था, आपको क्या लगा? ये चीज़ हमें जानना है. These are शिवरात्रि का परफॉर्मेंस, विश्वजीत का परफॉर्मेंस, दिलवंका का परफॉर्मेंस, टाकाओ का परफॉर्मेंस. इसके बारे में आप लोग क्या फील हुआ? आपको कुछ पता नहीं, आप जीरो, फिर आपको क्या मिला, क्या देखा? बोल सकते हैं सर, बोलिए कुछ सर, कैसा रहा इसका? यस सबको बोला.
Everything was unique and nice. A very nice experience.
Anybody?
सर बांसुरी वाला देख के मुझे ऐसे लगा कि I felt when he was playing the flute, I felt as if we humans have become dumb and deaf. We are not just ignoring the main concerns, what is happening, what we are doing to the nature or to ourselves. We are, our future is in bad shape or hand. This is what I felt. But on the other side, the positive thing was that there is some hope, as in the light, the music, that it can be resolved if we will think now and do something. This is what I felt.
Anything, any views of his performance? So, और कोई someone else want to talk about his performance? Anybody? Yes. Yes, please.
This performance I felt like it was a whispering loud accurate movement. Like at the same time, it's a like metaphor using the bansuri. I don't know the bansuri means.
Flute.
Flute. Oh, okay.
Sure.
It's a ironical movement that is depicting the whisperness at the same time the loud. Yeah. So the juxtaposed version of two different word in one movement happening. I felt like that.
Okay. Anyone else? What do you think? Anyone else?
I liked Javanka's performance. I think what attracted me was from the beginning you sort of see a lot of the action that sort of goes out and comes back into the mouth, but it seemed to affect you. And this is something I've been thinking a lot about in performance. When you're giving a performance, the capacity and the action to fill you, to give you some kind of feeling. And I felt you were not exaggerating anything you were experiencing in your performance. And it was because the performance itself had strong symbolism and was a difficult performance. It had this capacity to move you. And then the dance at the end was quite unexpected and very beautiful and sorrowful at the same time. So I really appreciate this performance. Thank you.
Okay. Just I finish about his performance. Anybody want to talk about his performance? Anybody? कैसे लगा?
सर मुझे ऐसा लगा कि जैसे आपने जब फ्लूट बजाना शुरू किया और किसी के पास जाके, चाहे वो लाइव थिंग है या लिविंग थिंग है या नॉन लिविंग थिंग है, किसी के भी पास जाके आपने, तो मुझे ऐसा लगा कि आप अपनी बांसुरी से उनमें प्राण फूंकना चाह रहे थे, उनकी चेतना को जगाना चाह रहे थे, और शायद आप उसमें सक्सेसफुल भी हुए।
Anybody else? So you can get the many views. Okay. So one performance with many ideas, many views. Okay. So anybody else? मैम कैसा लगा?
I think sometimes it's hard to one more. Like I think sometimes even artists don't know what he exactly is doing, and sometimes like 1 year later he just can think and have reflection about what he done. Of course, it is important to hear what people want to say, but a lot of performers don't understand, but I don't must to understand. I want to feel it, yeah? And sometimes I feel something, and I don't need to know why she used the yellow, or why the guys use colorful balloons, you know? Not everything must be translated, I think. So for me, the most important is emotion. Of course, it is great if I understand what the artist can say, but sometimes I don't must understand and feel it.
Yeah. Art is a universal language. Okay. When art was invented in a cave, there is no language, but they express their happiness with a drawing. Okay, drawing with a cave painting. So that's the beginning of the painting. That time they don't invent that language.
I just want to say I like performances when I understand, because sometimes I understand but I don't feel it. Sometimes I feel it but don't understand. And the best for me is when I understand and I feel it. You know, like
Yes.
the goals.
Yes.
I would say if I trust the performance, if I believe the person, and that's going to go above understanding, really. In fact, if I completely understand,
Okay.
I might get a little bit more. I quite like a little bit of this asking myself, where is this, what is it?
I really like understand but also we are from the other countries, and I think it is beautiful because we are different thinking about the performance. Like I see it and I feel it that we have different,
Angle.
yeah, and it's great.
I completely seeing his performance in different angle. I thought that nobody is there, but there is a sensation, kind of tactile performance. No one is there. He is going to create a echo against all the pillars, structure, and it is a mountain, whatever. So I feel it's very much sensory. Nothing else. He's going to sense, or his act going to giving the sensor. I feel it's my personal feelings. So, so when I question what is the aesthetic property, because each performance has an aesthetic property. Okay, that we wanted to achieve end of the day, end of the act. What is it? our aesthetic property, because after the performance we can transfer in a video or photographs, nothing. But the aesthetic property is much more important for us. So if you build an aesthetic property, then it's I think very good. Yeah. Next is Carphone. So you see the Carphone performance. So what do you think about? There is a mud ball, and he's wearing a white costume, and he moving very slowly with the hand and body. What do you feel? You forget about he's coming from Taiwan, he is a man or a female. So what do you feel? What do you get? And what you taking in your heart? Okay, that's very important. We cannot judge a person their language or color, but ultimately what we get end of the day.
Yes.
Yes.
I got the experience of balance. How he is balancing. How he is balancing a water glass. The full glass is water level is full, and he's trying to walk on a line, and also not trying to fall the water from the glass, and he's maintaining properly with his walking sense. And also on the other hand, he holds a rope, and there is a weight. So also, and he walking, and the weight is moving. So that describes that the balance of his body. That I understand.
Anything else? Anybody?
Can I
Yes,
just
please.
I'm not trying to be judgmental here.
No.
I will begin by saying, I must say, my background. I've been teaching literature and drama, and retired as a university professor. I have about 4 decades in more. So I'm almost familiar with all the literary and dramatic genres that you can have. So I came here to watch last time it was your association. I'm a frequent visitor to Kalapur for many reasons. In fact, I'm here almost on a daily basis. And again here that I've seen today makes me just comment on something. But I will say it's not trying to judge anything here. But since I got Shakespeare to read to Eliot and everything, this is a different thing. I'm still trying to work out what is that is the basis, what is the basic that leads people to it, what will bring people to it. Because it's a mixture of many things. There is some kind of surprise, there is some kind of awe, some kind of guerrilla performance, some kind of many things are there. No boundary of theatre. Symbols are there, but sometimes they are there to stop or awe. There's something very different which is happening. So how a spectator has to take it? That is one thing. Because you perform in a group, and just for the group is fine. But if you take it out on participation of people, so it's not that many people are here of various other nationalities. It is a good thing to do that it is spreading all over the world. But what exactly will be its appeal and charm, and where it will find its place in the movement of drama? Because you can't do away saying that there was no Shakespeare, there was no classical theatre, which doesn't exist, only this will exist because we do it. So my probably question should be directed to you.
Yes.
Where do you see yourself as a theatre people, actors? Would you like to just comment on this?
Yes. First of all, we are just an opposite of theatre and cinema, magic or movie cultures. We are just an opposite. It's very impromptu, like improvisation. There is there is a lot of research before that. I think experience bubble, you can say. What come out is the experience bubbles. Because whatever the experience throughout their age or their country, language or their cultures, that they come out of vomit or kind of a gesture with their algorithm action. Okay, so I think it is really, really contrast to the performing and performance art. That's what I used to call a behavior art. Like your behavior, you cannot copy. Nobody can copy. Like how you eat and how you sleep and how you snatch, how you snatch. So this is not any copy paste. This is not a script. And that artist never seen this Kalakanda. They came here, suddenly they decide, okay, this is my zone or my area, my place, or this is my bed. Supposed to this is my bed, or this is my garden. I think for Gilvanka's garden, it's just walking. So it is a kind of a very philosophical state to they converted their body mind in a minute to the place. So it is not happening in a cinema theater. Cinema and theater, they're very much accurate. They planned where the light comes and what is the costume. Here is the ignorance of the costume. People are wearing, most of the people are wearing whatever they're wearing. So there is no makeup, no get-up. So that's a big contrast. And camera. Camera here also, no script. And its camera also is a multiple angles. Not like a movie. Okay.
No
So
practice.
the artist doesn't follow the where is my camera. He just perform because the space is 60 degrees. So wide range of space. Even that in between the viewers, like Gilvanka's performance, in between the viewers. So viewer also the part of the performance. So it not happen in theater. Theater and cinema, there is a division. One side is a viewer and one side is a performance. And here is no barrier with the like a audience and the performance. So there is no barrier. Everywhere is a space. Even you stand in the leg, underneath your leg is a performance space. So the artists have to be that much intelligent to in a minute he or she have to calculate where is my space, and also the negotiation of viewer. If someone going to touch some female hand, he has to know that female is not going to slap. He has to understand the IQ. Okay, no, I can touch, or I can do this. So this also very big challenge for the performance artist. They in the performance time they has to do lot of like a mental job. Where I go, how to go, and how difficult for us. So it's very huge difference. Yeah.
I add something there? I think often there is almost the kind of the ghost of theatre in performance art. That is to say, some of the expectations of theatre and even some of the habits of performing are still there when the performers are giving their shows. And in terms of genres of theatre, some people, Aristide Slayman, whose concept of post-dramatic theatre, includes performance art as a subcategory of post-dramatic theatre. That's in some ways him claiming it, and artists will often say, no, under the settlement tradition. But there is that conflict there, perhaps in terms of where the work is destined for. One of the biggest differences, theatre typically lives and meets its audience through live performance, whereas performance art reaches its larger audience through documentation. And so, whilst the performances might not necessarily have a large audience, documentation reaches people and the significant works find their audience in the longer term.
So one biggest challenge is that theatre is time calculated action. Here is time, one time action. Okay. The performer, the gift that cannot be repeated. Okay, you cannot ask the people like Srinagar, okay, very good, you can do the same thing in other places? No. The one time action. I delivered, that's all. No more. I can do different, something else. So that's the biggest challenge. Each time, artist has to think different.
Can I add one word? Like how you see an activist and a performance artist, different version. How you see that? An activist, how the activist act, and how you experience a lot here. So how a performing artist act? Can you differentiate that? Can you performance artist? Yeah, can you differentiate both of them?
No, I think the activism goes like a street theater. I also see because the SLP are doing not just as a theater by the person who's teaching theory, but I've been teaching it a long time. I've guided so many places that I understand. In India, what we are doing in terms of street theater, it was taken up for many social causes, political things which can connect with people, and a lot of folk things are also into it. But the kind of performance I've seen here, they are sometimes they were very well connected to the Indian things like ma'am, you are doing this. Last year she was doing it in sari and dhoti. This year it got changed to something more drastic of a polythene. And so whether it was the sari and some kind of red color, it was making a different statement and very well rooted to Indian thing. But today, if you bring in polythene and making a sack out of it, making a sack out of it, it is more powerful, but somewhere it is different. So it is either I can see that actors are so brilliant that you have to be told that you are great actors. I'm just trying to understand. I told you in the beginning, I'm not commenting on coffee in general. But maybe I give you a feedback because maybe you will understood what you are saying. People around are taking notes someday. And you're just doing it in darkness and going away. Don't you have any plan? So your question would be as a performance, yes, you are great actors. Probably you are more rooted into, you have some kind of training in actors, you are into it. I'm not so using the word professional. I'm saying that you're quite rooted into this movement in everything, gestures, whatnot. And street theatre sometimes doesn't demand so much. Probably it demands commitment to social causes or political leading. You people are more into theatre, I can see that. And yes, thanks for enlightening me that you will be putting yourself somewhere in post-dramatic, post-modern tradition, kind of avant-garde thing.
I think it's none of these people are theatre. They are all artists from Shantiniketan and abroad. They are tutored in painting, sculpture, and art. My understanding of performance art, it's a very strange animal. It's like you and I go to an exhibition in Louvre, you see Picasso and artists. Each man interprets what he sees, feels about. In their case, it's a painter painting his emotions in the other direction. It is not at all related to theatre. They are not at all actors. They are all painters, sculptors, and artists who are expressing whatever they would paint on a canvas out in the open in a manner in which it is up to you to do. It's the same with any painting we see, any work of art we see. Picasso will be absolute crap to one person and absolute ecstasy to another. So it is like this. Every time these people come out here, after they go, I hold my head and say, what the hell? But every time, I wait for them to do the same what the hell again. That is the beauty. That is the beauty of it.
Yes.
And you can't compare performance art to theatre. It follows no grammar, it follows no mathematical equation, it follows light, sound, इधर से आएगा उधर जाएगा, ये सब अपने आप में जो हो रहा है, it happens there and then, and what is done now cannot be done again. That way you won't be able to eat that much of thread all over the place. The way she is, I asked her, किधर गया था भाई? So it's like this. It's every time it's a different situation, different audience, different set of emotions being expressed. These are theatre pieces. Thank heaven they are.
I would say there is a little bit of a, I wouldn't call it a dirty secret, but sometimes performance artists do repeat their performances. Yes, they might evolve and change a bit, but there is also sometimes some repetition within performance art. And I had a past in experimental theatre before I was making performance art, and sometimes we would make shows for only one location in theatre. So there are kind of areas where they're not quite so far apart. And also some people come to performance art from poetry, from music, from all kinds of places. Maybe the root is mostly in visual art, like you say, but some of us find it in other ways.
It will always. And you are an aberration. You came from theatre into performance. You are an aberration.
Sorry.
I also take lesson from Badal Sharkar. I'm a student of Badal Sharkar. I think everybody knows Badal Sharkar in India. So,
That is a wonderful experience. My friend is still getting into plaster of his hairy legs. But that act was absolute lyrical. It was beautiful. And I was telling him apply a little oil and soap before you get into this again. But it was beautiful. After to repeat it again, the same emotions, the same rhythm, the same music, it won't happen again. Because you need this kind of a space, you need that kind of a space, you need those restrictions, you need. It's amazing.
and they never seen this place.
He's an artist painter. I'm
Sculptor.
sculptor. We were discussing that this is, what should I say, anatomy in motion. It was so rhythmic, so beautiful.
And then when the things dried up and the patches started falling down, it was very meaningful actually. One could say that you have accumulated so many things. And after, I would say that after interaction or conflicts within, and then somebody, those things are, falling down and setting yourself free. Something like that.
That's it. Every man interprets it in his own way. That is the beauty of it. Good. Lovely. Are we having any more of these?
Yes, just to finish the question. Pardon me.
Take your time.
I think Cartfor's work, I feel, as curator, just I think there's a pool of water and he was walking in the water and he balancing his body. I feel like that, right? Like when I see, I just visualize and I drag out many things. Same thing, when I walk in the street, I look at what I want to look at. So when I see the performance, my eyes, I just close my eyes and feel that what's going on. So I was not I think whole performance, but I was 2-3 minutes here, and I see Cartfor's white costumes, glass, and with the I think is a cologne. I think the people are using for architect use. So I feel like water has a rhythm. So his body has a rhythm, and all together can match. Okay, I feel like that. So it's my feelings. Okay. Now coming to the group performance. The group performance I feel personally, what going on I don't see, but I can see extent of energy. What going on I'm not seeing the red balloons, white balloons, non-balloons, but I feel that there is an energy exchange. That's actually property. Who else? Sharlata.
I saw 3 performances. First was Dr. Sharlata. Now she also is, so much of garbage or whatever, and she is trying to set herself free and being helped by a citizen maybe of terrorism, and she breaks out of it, and terrorism is again lovable. After, terrorism itself is trying to get out of it, and some people are involved in cleaning it. That was one part of it. Now, second one I saw was the ape eating thing. Same thing I would say that she was taking all sort of things from the environment, and there was a load, a weight, which she cut off and she shed the weight, and then the joy of freedom. That's why the dance, ecstasy and whatnot.
Yeah. Interesting.
And third one we have already discussed, where the two figures were looking around. That was as a painter or artist of that kind who does figures also. So I could perceive my perception. Now the thing, what I observed in all these things is we react to various things in our own way.
Yes.
The behavioral things which come out of the thing is the sum total of whatever we are getting from the environment. That is kind of affecting our thinking, our personality, and we see things as we wish to see them in the background of our experiences and other things. That's what I gathered out of it. That's what I say. I think is behavioral art. That we react to things differently. Like if a painter does an abstract artwork, he is there to explain. He will try to explain his way. But if the painter is not there and the painting is there, so everybody will see it in a different way. The story of the painting will be, or this kind of art, behavioral art, will be perceived by different minds in a different way. So that is my viewpoint.
Anybody else about Deepaka's work?
I want to say something. Today, Srilata has done a beautiful performance, and what I know about Srilata's past life means the previous few years back, she faced lots of problems in her life. So, subconsciously, the experience she faced automatically come out during her performance. And today I shocked when she wear the white cloth and suddenly the rope, the tide, tied the rope. Then I feel the moment what I know about what she told me about her life. I suddenly shocked what happened. So it is beautiful. And about graphone, I just want to say the water he put and the bell when you bought and come to the water, the bell, I was thinking the bell is like a fish and the water, because he used to perform, he's doing performance always on the beach. So the water and the fish and the climate, the sound, the loneliness over there, and all together, it's only one, the one consciousness. Last you did like this, the one where there is no water, no fish, no sound, no anything. That's only the one thing. It's like Advait. In India we call it Advait. No, there is no two. That's one. No fish, no water. It's me only. So what I feel.
That's good. So I think anybody feels this work?
A good part of it is that audience have to be involved in
Yes.
this thing. That's how they can experience what somebody is doing. If I'm just watching and not involved in it, I can't make out any head of it.
So I think I'm not say everything. I don't have to say more than that. everybody has struggles, their pathos, unseen pathos. Because we see the faces, the very good costumes, but underneath we have the skin, and the skin carry lot of pain, lot of karma, unseen karma. So he presented today unseen karma Peter Redpath. That's our job today. Okay. And it's very abstract and very meaningful, like how claustrophobic condition we create. There is no oxygen we go inside into it. Okay. So this is very tough job. I think that's all. And now coming to Gilbanka's work. Gilbanka's work is very much site specific and object specific. So how the artist is balancing their site specific, the site, and the site he transfer in his philosophical state. He don't feel there is a stone. She walk and she touches the feet. Okay, as a human can't. And how I think everybody told that she eats, and no meaning of what she eats, but she eats. Okay, she eats and you know. So it kind of a very much philosophical language. Her body gestures and how she involved participatory. She involved all the people, all the viewers, tied up everybody, making a tapestry, weaving. Okay, weaving very much big tapestry. So it's a beautiful job. She used the whole space, and whole space is her space. She don't live in the single space chairs. She go there. She uses it. Even in the in-between space, she uses it. So it is very much aesthetic beauty and balance. That's a good.
Nitesh.